How many times have you forced a smile and said, "Sure, I can do that," while every single cell in your body was screaming no? You help a friend move when you're already exhausted, take on extra work you don't have time for, or listen to someone vent at 2 a.m. And later, you lie awake, quietly irritated, wondering why you feel this way. People call you kind, helpful, reliable, but deep down, you know the truth. It isn't just kindness, it's that you don't know how to say no. Psychologists call this pattern people-pleasing. It isn't a personality flaw, it's a coping strategy shaped by fear. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of being seen is selfish. For many people, saying yes feels safer than risking disapproval. Over time, that habit becomes automatic, and eventually it becomes invisible. Which of these patterns feels most familiar? First, the validation seeker. Your self-worth is deeply tied to how useful you are to others. Being needed feels like being loved. When someone asks you for help, it doesn't register as a simple favor, it feels like a test of your value. If you say no, your mind immediately jumps to worst-case scenarios. They'll think you're selfish, they'll be disappointed, they'll need you less. So you say yes, even when it costs you sleep, time, or peace. You overextend, hoping that being helpful will secure your place in their life. And when the appreciation fades, you feel empty again, waiting for the next chance to prove that you matter.
Second, the peacekeeper. For you, the word no feels dangerous, like pressing a red button that could trigger tension or rejection. You're highly sensitive to shifts in tone, silence, or emotional discomfort. Even minor conflict makes your body tense, your heart races, your thoughts scramble. You'd rather give up your time or energy than sit with even a few minutes of confrontation. You often tell yourself, it's not worth the drama. But what that really means is that your nervous system learned long ago that peace feels safer than honesty. So you agree outwardly, stay calm on the surface, and slowly disappear inwardly. Third, the fawner. This isn't a personality trait, it's a survival response. Fawning develops when you learn that staying agreeable keeps you safe. You instinctively read the room, adjust yourself, and smooth things over before anyone even asks. You apologize automatically, even when you've done nothing wrong. You rush to fix moods that aren't yours to fix. You say yes before checking in with your own body. Often, you don't even know what you want until later, when exhaustion or resentment finally shows up. Your body learned early on that keeping others happy was the fastest way to avoid criticism, anger, or emotional withdrawal. Agreeing became protection. And now, saying no feels like danger, even when it isn't. Always saying yes comes with a hidden cost. Over time, people-pleasing is linked to chronic stress, anxiety, and a quiet loss of identity. You become the person everyone depends on, the strong one, the always available one. But inside, something starts to crack. You begin to dread messages. You fantasize about disappearing. You feel a strange anger toward people you also care about. That isn't ingratitude. It's your mind realizing that your life has quietly become everyone else's.
No is an act of self-trust. Here is what matters most. When you say no to something that drains you, you are not rejecting the other person. You are defining where you end and where they begin. A boundary is not a wall. It's a declaration of self-trust. Every time you say yes while your soul is screaming no, you commit a small act of self-betrayal. You teach yourself that your feelings matter less than someone else's comfort. But the moment you say no to protect your peace, you send a powerful message to your body. I see you. I matter. My energy is worth protecting. Your energy is not an infinite resource for the world to extract. It's a sacred garden that needs a gatekeeper. As you stand your ground, your nervous system shifts from constant alertness to deep, grounded safety. You finally begin to feel at home in your own skin. People-pleasing is learned, and what's learned can be unlearned. When you start practicing small boundaries,
you'll discover something surprising. Most healthy relationships survive honest limits. So if you're the person who always says yes, even when it hurts, hear this. Your kindness is real, but your needs are real too. You're allowed to disappoint someone a little, instead of betraying yourself a lot. If one of these patterns felt familiar, you're not broken. You're human, and you're allowed to choose yourself. Because sometimes, no is the most respectful thing you can say, to others and to yourself.